even with a tailwind, I don't think he outspeed. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm scarfed. Like, there's no way he outspeed me. It just one-shots the Ursa Luna, okay? And he is Sash Whimsicott, but the main shitty thing here is if he has the Rillaboom in the back, he's gonna be able to switch my terrain here, which kind of sucks. What is up, everybody? Back with some more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Regulation G, VGC. We're now about a week away from closing the book officially on Regulation H, and for Regulation G to finally be released officially for iteration number 2 in 2025, in-game on the ranked ladder. Whether you like Regulation H more than G, I'm not sure. At least for me, I like Regulation H a lot more because you can kind of use what you want as long as it kind of works. You can get away with it a lot of the time. Regulation G, team building wise, at least so far, if the format hasn't even dropped officially and I'm ready for it to already be gone, unfortunately, just by playing it on Showdown these last 2 days, which I'll kind of talk about more in this video, but I think Regulation G and like the restricted format overall just fucking garbage. At least for me personally, I don't really care for it. Yeah, I feel like my team building is just really restricted, no pun intended, with how much stuff you need to kind of prepare for. And like there's completely matches where like you'll just load in and like just based off the opponent's team, if it's a bad matchup, like you'll just instantly lose most of the time, which you never have the problem of like almost any other format apart from restricted format, which kind of sucks. And it's just too much shit you need to prepare for. If you try to like experiment with anything, like run anything out of the ordinary too, most of the time, like 99% of the time, you get your ass kicked and you just lose most of your games if you try to use something out of the ordinary. You can't really use oddball stuff like a lot of the other previous formats, which is kind of the thing I really like doing. I try to experiment with a lot of the cooler stuff for some of my teams, and I can't do that at all with Regulation G. At least what I've been trying to do on Showdown, I've been getting my ass kicked. I have one team of mine that actually works on Showdown, and that's about it. It's like all the other teams I've been trying to create just get their fucking ass kicked, and I've been on a bad losing streak like anything else I've been trying to build. So I don't know if it's because I'm a fucking garbage team builder, or it's because I'm trying to use a little bit more like obscure stuff and like, and I wouldn't say like obscure Pokemon, but like different types of sets and strategies to try to win. I don't know. Or this because Regulation G sucks. Maybe that's what it is. But we got a MEWTWO team here today. Out of the last 3 days of playing on Showdown, just trying to experiment as well, I have not seen a single MEWTWO team, so that's kind of wanting to feature this one for you guys today. This is a team that is around MEWTWO that can maybe try to make it work. Probably one of the only ways you can maybe make this thing work. So that's kind of wanted to feature for you guys. It's a MEWTWO Reg G team by Mr. Tastic. We actually featured a bunch of their teams on the channel before. Always just build a bunch of really cool, consistent teams. If you guys want to use this team, rental in the corner, paste down below. I'm going to kind of run through the team and then we're going to hop in some games. But I got the main thing on this team, which is the MEWTWO. The main issue with MEWTWO is it kind of gets walled by stuff like Incineroar, which is like on every single team, or Chi-Yu, one of those two. If they don't have an Incineroar, they usually have a Chi-Yu or something of that on one of their teams. It gets walled by both of those, which are both really common. And it also gets outsped by a lot of the other common restricteds. You get wrecked by stuff like Urshifu, which kind of walls you or just one-shots you with Sucker Punch, or at least single strike Dark type 1 does. Like Flutter Mane outspeeds you with their speed booster. Calyrex is the obvious one. There's a few other like common things too. Scarf Chi-Yu, which is pretty common. There's a few other things like Under Tailwind or like with Photosynthesis booster energy that outspeed you and just literally just fucking one-shot you and you can't really touch them back. That's kind of the main problem with MEWTWO, is like it just doesn't really do much for restricting this format. But there's actually a Choice Scarf MEWTWO with Terra Fighting. Pretty much what the idea of this MEWTWO is to be able to outspeed pretty much everything in the format. You have the Psychic Terrain with the Indeedee on this team for really fast expanding force spam. You got the Aura Sphere there for stuff like the Incineroar and like some of the steel types you can't really touch. You have Psy Strike there that'll do more damage to stuff that has less defense. And then you have Trick there, you can actually trick a Choice Scarf onto like a wall or something. Or like something that's really slow that's trying to set up Trick Room on you maybe or something. It's kind of what's really there for. And just try to YOLO that way. Kind of another problem with the MEWTWO as well is like its abilities are really bad. It has Pressure and Unnerve. Both really don't do anything because you're a really frail mon. Pressure really doesn't do much. You're not going to be around very long. And then Unnerve really does nothing anyways because a lot of the other stuff that's actually running berries don't run it because Calyrex also has Unnerve. So a lot of the berries, if you're going against Calyrex, don't actually work most of the time anyway, so nobody's running berries to begin with. So, kind of two useless abilities. It's kind of another issue with Mewtwo, but it does have really good special attack. I think it's like 154 special attack stat, which is one of the best in the format, if only everything else about it was way better. Apart from that, on this team, we have the Psychic Seed Indeedee, just more of a supportive mon for this team. Culver, Cloak, Tornadus, there to kind of set up the weather for the Chi-Yu and just provide support with Tailwind and stuff for this team. You got the Specs Chi-Yu, just hit really hard under Tailwind with the Overheat or the Heat Wave for spread damage. You got the Flutter Mane there. Flutter Mane Chi-Yu is always a really good combo as well. Pair along with each other. And you have the Urshifu Dark on this team, more of a check to opposing Mewtwo if you happen to ever run into one. Mainly Calyrex and a lot of your other Psychic types like Lunala, and there's a few other things that you also kind of have to really check in this format, as well as also good in stuff like Incineroar, and there's a few other things too that the Dark Fighting typing also hits. So overall, I think Dark Fighting is just a really good offensive type. Kind of makes me wish Pangoro was in the game. I don't know if it would actually, if Pangoro would be any good in restricted format, but I think for Regulation H, I think Pangoro would have been great. I really do. How good of a typing it actually is, but that's an entire different video and entire different discussion for probably Generation 10 whenever that thing does come back. One of my favorite mons. Unfortunately, that isn't in the game like a lot of the other stuff that I love. A lot of my favorite Pokemon aren't even in the fucking game, unfortunately, and Pangoro was one of them. My favorite fighting type, or my favorite dark type, so. Apart from that, let's hop in some games, see how this team does. Alright, we're here at the game. We're going against a copy-paste rental Regulation H team, so. We're going to see, normally this wouldn't really be that much of a problem, but this is a MEWTWO team, so this team will probably still give me a bunch of issues. Good thing here is, though, like, I can kind of... He actually also has terrain, which is going to be a bit of an issue here, but... I'm going to bring the Mewtwo. Mewtwo looks incredibly good here, especially with Choice Scarf. He does not have any way to get rid of, or, like, resist the Psychic typing here either, unless he's, like, Terra Dark. Sneasler. What else do I want to bring here? I really like Chi-Yu here. I think I lead Chi-Yu, I bring the Indeedee in the back. That way, if he leads Rillaboom, I can switch to the terrain right away. What else do I want to do here? I also like the Urshifu here. Urshifu also looks really, really good here. I think I'll bring Urshifu in the back. It's really nice here. If you guys like the videos, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. Really helps out the channel. For some reason, like 85% of you guys that watch my videos are not subscribed. So if like all 85% of you guys did subscribe when you guys do watch my videos, for whatever reason you're not subbed, we'd be like way over probably at least like 2,500 subs by now. So if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Really helps out the channel. This leaves with this. I mean, this is fine. I'm kind of completely fine here. I'm Choice Scarf, so I think what I do here is I just go for Expanding Force, and I switch right into the Indeedee here. That way if he wants to go for like some prankster bullshit here, then I don't have to worry about it. I think that's what I do here. I see, get my boost. I'm assuming the Whimsicott's either Culver Cloak or like Focus Sash, I'm assuming. Even with the Tailwind, I don't think he outspeed. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm Scarfed. Like, there's no way outspeed me. It just one-shots the Luna, okay? And he is Sash Whimsicott, but the main shitty thing here is if he has the Rillaboom in the back, he's gonna be able to switch my terrain here, which kind of sucks. See if he has it. Okay, he doesn't go into Rillaboom, so that makes me think he never brought Rillaboom. I'm just going to Expanding Force again. Expanding Force, Helping Hand. He doesn't know I'm Choice Scarfed either. Like, the Golden Go has to be also Scarfed, I think, to even outspeed me here. he's gonna switch. So that told okay, he might actually have Rillaboom. Wow, good play. Good play. He faked me out. I thought he never had the Rillaboom. In reality, he just faked me out. He's gonna Terra here too. So like, he Steel. So he still resists the Psych move, but like this is a fucking Mewtwo. A Mewtwo with a Helping Hand boost. Like I don't know if you're really even gonna want to take this still. That still does like 75%. Well, with the crit at least. How's that Specs? That looks like Specs damage. Okay, it's Life Orbed. Kinda unfortunate. I guess what I can do here is I can just let the Mewtwo drop. I think I just let the Mewtwo drop here, unfortunately. I think I just died a Fake Out here. I'm Scarfed, so like I'm locked into it, but I think I just let it drop here. I kind of want to switch out so I can get my terrain back, but like at the same time, I don't want anything on my team taking a Make It Rain to the face. So I think I just stay in here. Just Dazzling Gleam for chip. I mean, I could try to follow me here too, but I think Fake Out goes before that, so I think I just Dazzling Gleam for chip damage here. To the point where I think like okay, I actually live that. So I get some extra damage off. If I knew that, I would have just went for Helping Hand. Doesn't matter though. So he actually tries to go for the Grassy Glide instead of the Fake Out there. Questionable play. I think the Fake Out guaranteeing the Mewtwo to drop here would have been better. It's like the Indeed does nothing offensively anyways. That literally does like 5 damage. He's Expanding Force again. I'll get rid of the Whimsicott here. I'm gonna follow me on the off chance that I can actually live something here. See what the Whimsicott goes for here. If he goes for Tailwind, that's fine. I'm assuming the only reason he outsped there is because he's on his last turn of Tailwind. Otherwise, I think I would have outsped him for sure. I think what I do here on this turn is I just go for... I could Terra here. Like I think Terra Ghost on the Chi would be really good here, just mainly if he has like Stomping Tantrum on the Rillaboom here, because I think Chi just wins. I'm gonna go Terra Ghost here, Heat Wave in case he has Stomping Tantrum. And then has a Wicked Blow here, I think. Grassy Glide's not even a 2-hit KO. Maybe I should have went for Sucker Punch there. Maybe that was a misplay. I gotta land a Heat Wave here, though. I gotta land this Heat Wave. Perfect. Kinda misplayed there. I maybe should have went for Sucker Punch on the Whimsicott, but it doesn't really matter in the end, so that's fine. Chi being the lone survivor, winning the game for me. Not bad. Even considering though, like that was a regulation age team, and like we barely won with a 1-0. So like that was still a really close game. It shouldn't have been that close, like all things considered. Like I'm a fucking regulation G team, and like you think I would have way more of an advantage, but I guess we had a kind of a bad matchup there too because he also had terrain. He was able to change my terrain, which kind of was the main issue. If he never was able to do that, I think I would have just been able to sweep the guy. So. I don't know. No Sneasler either. I thought he was gonna bring Sneasler because it actually weighs pretty good into my team, but no Sneasler there either. It's fine. We'll see you guys in another match. Alright, we are the game. We're going against another Regulation G team, so really scary team too. Ogerpon, Fire Form, Whimsicott, Miraidon. I'm assuming that's single strike or Shifu, if I were to guess. It could be the Surging Strikes though, just to fill out the Fire, Water, Grass. Iron Hands, and then Frigoraph. So this is a lobby where I actually really want the Indeedee here. MEWTWO also looks really good. So I think what I really want here is I want MEWTWO, for sure. I want the Indeedee, but I'm not going to lead with it here, I don't think. I think instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave Flutter Mane. I'm going to bring the Chi-Yu in the back. Looks also really good into my opponent's team. And then I'm going to bring the Indeedee just to switch terrain. If he leads Miraidon, I switch that fucker in right away and just get rid of his terrain. With the Scarf, I can outspeed the Miraidon and probably just one-shot him under terrain with Expanding Force. That's maybe what I do here. We'll see what he leads with though. It depends what he really brings. Obele and Kukul Klong? What is that supposed to... what does that say? Part of me thinks what he's going to do here is he's going to set up Trick Room and then just switch right out into the Iron Hands. But like, that's really ballsy to do here, actually. I also have a speed boost here, so like he's really risking me to just like one-shot him with a Moonblast turn 1 here. So that's really risky on his part. Part of me, what I actually want to do is I actually want to trick the Frigoraph here, actually. That's kind of what I really want to do, which I think I'm going to do here. I'm going to trick the Frigoraph, and I'm just going to Moonblast the Miraidon here. I think what the Miraidon does, he switches right into the either Iron Hands or something else comes in here, or he goes Terra. One of those two, he's forced to Terra here. There's the Terra Fairy. I don't know, maybe I should have went for Psy Strike. Maybe I should have made the play out into the Indeedee and went for like Psy Strike. Because he's not even setting up Trick Room, he just wants to nuke something right away. Okay, there's the trick. So that pretty much shuts down the Frigoraph. I need a special attack drop, please. I don't know, do I even like this? This is a Helping Hand boosted. That is Choice Specs. That's Choice Specs Miraidon for sure. Holy fuck. That just goes to show you how fucking busted Miraidon is too. Like, if it's another mon, I think it's just way fucking broken. This entire format, too, like, just considering this format, like, a lot of these restricteds also rely on Terra to get around a lot of their weaknesses. I think what they should really do with this second iteration of Regulation G is ban Terra. I think they should have a Regulation G format being now the second one. I think what they should do is just ban Terra. I think that'd make this format a lot more fun. It would also get you around stuff like Calyrex and shit, like always going like Terra Fairy or Terra Dark to just get rid of their 4x weakness to like Dark type moves or Ghost type moves. That's the main common thing that also is making Calyrex really broken is Terra. Because you don't really even need to worry about your weaknesses as long as you have like Terra Dark or Terra Fairy most of the time. You get around that and you just kill all your checks anyways with how powerful you are. I think if they actually ban Terra for this next format, we don't have the official rules yet, but if they decide to ban Terra, that will save the Regulation G format. It would be way better. I'm hoping they do. There's a small chance I'm hoping that's what they do, but I highly doubt it. I think we're just going to have a Regulation G format just like the same one in 2024 that started out the year. And it's going to be the exact same bullshit again. I kind of wanted just Helping Hand here. I could follow me too, but like I think he's Dazzling Gleams for sure. He's Choice Specs. I'm a Helping Hand, Moonblast. don't even think this gets the KO. Yeah, it misses out on the KO big time. Like, this is the shitty thing about Regulation G2 is like you make one bad play and you just fucking automatically lose the game. I made one play that did not work out turn 1, and I literally lost the entire fucking game because of it. Like, the game ain't done yet, but like I'm gonna take at least half my health from this fucking Miraidon. For sure. Like, I'll Helping Hand here and then just go for like Specs Heat Wave. Like, if he has Iron Hands in the back, I think he automatically wins the game. Or if I were him, I would even just switch out with Miraidon. I think he wins just bringing Miraidon in later in the game. It's kind of the shitty thing why I overall just hate Regulation G too, just because it like you make one bad play or you have a bad lead, and you have one really bad turn where stuff doesn't go your way, and you literally just fucking lose the game off it. And like any other format, even like Regulation F, and like especially H, like there's a lot of wiggle room, even if you make a bad play 1 or 2 turns. That is fucking crazy. He just fucking one-shots the Indeedee from full. Wow, is that fucking busted. I just lose anyways. There's no way I win anyways, because if he has Iron Hands in the back, he comes in and goes for Fake Out here, and I just lose. Wow. Takes a lot of skill to use Choice Specs Miraidon too. Wow, we got this really cool electric type. It gives me a boost with electric terrain. What do I want to do with this thing? What do I want to do? I'm going to throw a Choice Specs on this thing and just click 2 moves, and then when I go against another Fairy type, I'll go Terra Fairy, and I'll just click Dazzling Gleam and still 2-shot everything. Wow, there you go. Oh, you're going to win most of that, Jimmy. Well, most of those games you'll still win, even though you don't know how to fucking play the game. Just let the Miraidon carry the game for you, and just click 1 button all match. Because that's real balanced. If he has this, if he has Aqua Jet, he still wins. Or if he's Choice Scarf or Shifu, which he probably is, he just still wins here. There's no way I win. Goes to show you why I fucking hate Regulation G. Like I said, we had one bad play at the start of this match, and I ended up making a bit of a different play there with tricking the Choice Scarf onto the Frigoraph instead of just switching out into the Indeedee and going for Expanding Force, which probably would have one-shot the Miraidon there anyways. I made the different play, and that play literally cost me the entire fucking match. Just because I made a kind of a more of an awkward play there. Any other format, that would have not mattered that much. I still would have had a really good chance to win if I would have played really well. But I pretty much lost the MEWTWO for free there, and like it literally did nothing for me, so I don't know. This format's really bad. I really don't care for Regulation G. I'm going to keep on playing it just for content for you guys, to keep bringing you guys content, but like if I didn't have to record Regulation G for you guys, I probably wouldn't really even be playing it. And it's not even started yet. Like it doesn't start for like another week officially, so I cannot wait. It hasn't even started, and I can't wait for the shit to be gone already. That goes to show you how fucking awful it is. I'll see you guys in another game. Hopefully we actually are able to actually play the match without losing in one turn. Alright, we go from facing Miraidon to facing a Regulation F stall team. That's fun. With neutralizing Gas Wheezing. My opponent has the Galarian Wheezing, Urshifu, I'm assuming either Dark or Water, I'm not sure which one. Chansey, Slacking, Regigigas, and Dragonite. What do you want to do here? I think Terra Fighting MEWTWO actually looks really good here, though. Terra Fighting MEWTWO looking really nice. MEWTWO actually wrecks my opponent's team, funny enough. Chansey can maybe stand in my way, but I have Psy Strike for that thing, so I'm not really too scared of it. I think what I do here is I just leave MEWTWO and Indeedee. MEWTWO and Indeedee looks pretty good here. What else do I want to bring? I think Flutter Mane looks nice just for a lot of these normal types my opponent has. I think I bring the Flutter Mane, and I think I just bring the Urshifu here. It looks pretty good as well. I don't know, he has to bring the Wheezing. Like, if he wants to have a chance to win versus me, he's forced to bring Wheezing here, so. I were to guess what he brings Wheezing, Slacking, probably the Urshifu in the back, 'cause it's pretty good into my team. There it is. Guess that one right before I even loaded in. I don't know, I'm terrified of fighting though, so. Okay. Neutralizing gas is fine. I think what I'm actually going to do here, I kind of want to just lock myself into Expanding Force. I really do. Or I could trick the Wheezing too, give this thing a Scarf. I don't know, part of me wants to Side Strike. I really do, just try to get this thing out of here and just go for Expanding Force. I think I'm going to lock myself into Expanding Force here. And I just follow me. I don't know, I'm assuming Expanding Force is probably still a 2-hit KO on the Wheezing at the very least. It's a fucking Mewtwo. Should at least do some damage. Or just one-shots. That way I have my terrain back up. And like now I'm locked into Expanding Force. I don't know what this thing even has for me. What do you have for me, bud? Knockoff? Fling. Okay. Does that make it into like a dark type move, or what does that actually do? It must, because I don't know how I got one-shotted by it. I don't know how Fling actually works apart from like a certain few items. I mean, he has to loaf around on this next turn too, so I kind of get a free turn here. I'm going to go into their Shifu. Because the Wheezing is gone. It's like, you can't do shit to me on this next turn. Okay, there's Reggie. With slow start, I outspeed you for sure, so I just click Expanding Force here and I just one-shot everything. I could just Wicked Blow here too, I think that's like a 2-hit KO for sure. Just get rid of the Regigigas mainly. I don't want to lower my defense if I don't have to. I thought he was going to go Terra Ghost there for a second just to try to dodge a close combat. Terra Normal, what does this do for you, bud? Almost one-shot Slacking. He actually lives a Wicked Blow. I'm shocked he actually lived. That does nothing. That literally does nothing. I don't know what he was expecting there, but I think he just surrenders now, actually. I don't know what you do now, I think you just surrender. I don't know how he wins the game. And the reason why that never KO'd there is because of slow start. Normally that would have probably for sure like one-shotted me into Oblivion, but because he has slow start active, it cuts his attack stat. So that's why it did no damage there. Yeah, I think he was actually going based off of him having like Wheezing on the field. He didn't think about the slow start. He didn't take that into consideration there. I don't know how my opponent wins this. Like, how do you win this? You have no Terra, or Shifu by itself isn't going to be enough. I'm sure he's Scarfed. Unless you're Sash, but like I just Sucker Punch you then to break your Sash. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I'm fucking stupid. I'm stupid. Okay, it doesn't matter. He's not Sash, but like I'm really dumb. I forgot about my own Psychic Terrain. That could have cost me if it was actually a different team. I wasn't thinking. Now does that really matter because I still had another Mon in the back. Flutter Mane would have dealt with that thing anyways, but still. Not bad. I think that's kind of the problem with like a lot of these people that are running like the Regulation H and F teams and stuff on the ladder. Like there's a lot of people using Regulation G teams, and if you go against those, like it's just an uphill fight automatically. Like you just get absolutely fucking destroyed by a lot of the Regulation G teams. They just have such a good matchup into your team, like no matter what you're running. If you're really good, you can outplay some of the lower end tier type stuff. some of the lesser used restrictions if you happen to go against those. But like, if like a lot of your people are like using like your sweaty Calyrex teams or like your sweaty scumbag Miraidon teams and that type of shit, Kyogre water spam garbage, like all that type of shit, like it's just so difficult to play and do with a lot of your regulation H or F teams. It really is kind of why a lot of people that are playing that type of stuff on the ladder right now kind of getting smoked. Not really that fun for them. At least for me, if I would be running that on the ladder. So let's talk a little bit more about this team. Alright, as for this team, I think if you guys want to use Mewtwo, this is probably the best example of like a Mewtwo team you're going to find. I don't think there's anybody that's going to be ballsy enough to build a team around Mewtwo, let alone try to use this thing in the current format. If they literally want to win in a lot of their games, you're already putting yourself at such a disadvantage just using Mewtwo most of the time, especially versus like a lot of the common stuff being ran, like Calyrex, and there's a few other things that just kind of smoke this thing automatically, even without the Choice Scarf. The Choice Scarf helps it a little bit versus certain things, but overall, I think if you really want to use Mewtwo, just use it in double restricted, hopefully in like 3 or 4 months from now, once the regulation changes to maybe double restricted. We'll see how it goes. I think there's just really no reason to really use this thing. This team did fine, like for what it was, like this team actually did a lot better than I thought it was going to, but I think that was just mainly because it's actually a pretty well-built team, and it's carried by some of these other superstars on this team with like shit like the Chi-Yu and the Flutter Mane, like all this other stuff that's just incredibly good, like the Urshifu and stuff too. I don't think that's necessarily because the Mewtwo is actually really good. It just has a lot of really good supporting players. I think that's kind of the main thing that makes the team at least somewhat usable. There were some teams though that I just got absolutely fucking wrecked by. I went against a Choice Scarf. It wasn't recording it, but I wish I was. I went against a Choice Scarf transformed Smeargle that transformed into a Zacian, and I got fucking destroyed by a Choice Scarf transformed Zacian Crown. Like duel of those, and I got absolutely fucking destroyed by both of those. That's one thing I lost to in my testing games, because I never brought Tailwind on that specific match, and like they just outsped me like both things, and like literally I just got fucking one-shotted by both things. I got one-shotted by a Zacian, and then I would get one-shotted by a Choice Scarf Zacian transformed Smeargle. So that was one. I wish I was recording of that because it's actually really funny, but that's one thing I got wrecked by. So there's a few other things I went against. I went against a few Regulation F teams that I kind of struggled with. I barely won versus them, so I don't know if that's a really good sign if you're kind of struggling versus a lot of Regulation F teams with a Regulation G team. I don't know. If you guys want to use a team, solid team, really well-built team, I wouldn't really change anything about this team at all. I don't know, at least for me, I think I'm probably either bad at building Regulation G teams, or like a lot of the shit I'm trying to build just isn't good. At least what I've been trying to build recently, like I kind of talked about at the start of the video. So I don't know. Overall, would I use Mewtwo currently in the Regulation G format? I would not. If you guys are trying to win and you guys are trying to rank up when this format does drop officially in about a week and a half from now, when you guys are seeing this, hopefully, I would not use Mewtwo if you guys want to rank up or get to Master Ball tier. You can maybe use it to get to Master Ball tier if you play it really well, but if you guys want to get really high on like the ranked ladder and like to have a really good placement at the end of the rank split, I would not really use Mewtwo. You're just putting yourself at such a disadvantage. Unless you play the team really well, and even then you gotta play like an absolute god. Try to outplay some of these other sweaty rental teams that everybody's using, so. If you guys enjoy it, if you guys want to use a team, rental in the corner, paste should be down below in the description. I'm gonna get out of here. I usually stream over here on the channel as well every Friday and Saturday night, and then sometimes on Sunday nights over on Twitch. Saturday nights I usually stream Wi-Fi battles over here, and then Friday nights I usually stream Overwatch 2 or Apex Legends and a few other things. So if that interests you guys, subscribe. Got a bunch more stuff on the way. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for watching.